This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Errol Spin Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to clarify something that I stated yesterday on the live, which is the fact that the WBC is blocking Beterbiev versus Bivol. Now, I stated this because the WBC themselves said that they will not be sanctioning any fights with Russian fighters, and they also called Callum Smith as WBC light heavyweight mandatory for Artur Beterbiev. So that led me to believe that we're not going to get Bivol or Beterbiev anytime soon due to what they said. But then it was clarified after by the WBC and all parties involved that Suleiman pretty much said that should an undisputed fight between Beterbiev and Bivol take place, that is going to take priority over Callum Smith as the mandatory challenger, and he will fight the winner of that fight. So that's great news as a boxing fan, as a fight fan, and as a content creator who has to sit here and deal with the highs and lows of boxing every single day. That's welcome news. I genuinely hope the WBC sticks with this because the WBC does have a history of making things up as they go. Callum Smith and Canelo Alvarez, like with all due respect to them, like they can go kick rocks. They can go kick rocks. They can wait for their shot at Bivol and Beterbiev respectively, because these two men have shown themselves to be, for a prolonged period of time, to be a cut above the rest of the division. And there has been no better time than right now at this juncture in time, at this moment in time, as early as humanly possible as we can get it in 2023, after Beterbiev, if he should do what he's supposed to do, which is win his mandatory defense against Anthony Yard, we should be getting Beterbiev versus Bivol. And I don't think boxing fans, and more importantly, not just boxing fans, but the sport in general, should be starved out of a great matchup between the best puncher, knockout artist in boxing, Artur Beterbiev, and, the best technical fighter and defense fighter in the sport right now, and Dmitry Bivol. I just don't see why that fight should happen. It makes too much sense. I feel like it makes sense to the division. It'll make sense monetarily speaking, and it'll make sense for the betterment and the health of the sport. So, yeah, that's what Suleiman is saying now. I and a lot of people who were sitting there listening to what was happening yesterday kind of like heard what he was saying and were like what? He's really gonna block this fight for Callum Smith. I mean, all respect to Callum Smith, but he hasn't really beaten anybody of massive significance in the light heavyweight division. He's beaten Lenin Castillo in devastating fashion, and he beat Mateo Badalik in devastating fashion. But those guys aren't like top flight light heavyweights. So I think this is good for Callum Smith too, because now he can take a fight in the intermediate time against a bigger opponent, a better opponent, maybe like a Zordo. Maybe if Zordo wants to come back and fight a Callum Smith, I think that'd be a great fight. Or something like that. Just get him in there with a good name. Get him in there with a Buatsi, a Zordo, someone to where, if he beats them, we can say, okay, Callum Smith has really showed that outside of Beterbiev and Bivol, he is deserving of that shot. I don't think he's done that yet. The WBC just made him and mandated him the light heavyweight mandatory because he was a champion with the WBC at I believe at 168. I could be wrong, but I believe he might have held the WBC at 68. But don't quote me on that right now. So with that being said, he won 2 fights against 2 favorable matchups, and they just said, okay, you've been champion with us. Because that's what the WBC does, and a lot of sanctioning bodies do. If you're a fighter who's held the title in a weight class, in a low weight class, and you move up and you just win 2 whatever fights, then that governing body will sometimes just mandate the guy's challenger based on what they've done in other weight classes, because they have standing. They've literally paid their dues, i.e. sanctioning fees to the WBC in the form of a title, So this is good for him. But yeah, that's the news. Don't want to make this video too long and dragged out. Mauricio Sulaiman, other WBC said that Beterbiev versus Bivol will take priority over Callum Smith as mandatory. You know, and the winner of that fight will be ordered to fight Callum Smith at a later date. So that's welcome news for boxing fans. You know, I do know that Mauricio Sulaiman also stated at the WBC Convention that, you know, him along with Gilberto Mendoza, Daryl Peoples, and Paco Valcarcel, the other, you know, heads of the WBO, IBF, and WBA, they're all working together to try to let there be a clearer path to Undisputed. They're actually trying to work together. I read an article about that recently. So hopefully it's not just all, you know, hearsay and then just flapping their gums. Hopefully they actually stick to what their word is and be a man of their word. But that's where we're at right now. So for documentation purposes, we're gonna put this out there. And if any fugazi shit should happen later on, we will refer back to this video at a later date. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about that. Beterbiev and Bivol. It stated that is priority over Callum Smith as mandatory. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.
Just like Mayweather's uncles would say, a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. You know, you do. You've done it.
Thank you.
You about the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to say, man, make sure to follow True School Sports, always covering boxing at the highest level, man, and make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram at Just a Kid from Dania as well.
He the plug.